Just cut that.
Just about to say. I think we need to start that again.
Good on you, Josh.
Or a 6-pack of beer. Yeah.
Okay.
Lucky we've got Amber here.
Lucky, because I would have forgot.
Quality.
Welcome back to Beers and Banter, episode 4. Bubbles and Banter this time. Penny Crawford from Crawford Boots. Thanks very much for joining us.
Very happy to be here.
Thank you.
You're in my house.
That's
so
it,
there you
yeah, pleasure. And firstly, I'd like to thank Josh Launders from the Railway Hotel for again supplying us with a lovely bottle of
Thank you,
champagne
Josh. Much
as our
appreciated.
much loved
Thank
sponsor.
you.
Penny, we'll start off with our first question we always ask everyone, and that's where did you grow up? And tell us a little bit about your background.
I grew up in Tamworth, so not far from here. Went to school in Tamworth and then I went away to school in Armidale for my last few years. A very normal upbringing. One of 3.
Okay.
So I've got an older brother and a younger sister.
Did you live in town or were you?
Yeah, lived in town. Yeah, so this is my first, like where we're living now is the first time I've lived out of town. Always been a townie and love that, but also do love
Pretty
out of
nice
town
spot
now.
here though too.
Yeah,
So,
we're pretty lucky.
Yeah, and what brought you to Gunnedah?
When I started my practice,
Okay.
so basically I finished school, went to university and did landscape architecture for a year.
Oh really?
I know. Judging from my surrounds, you wouldn't guess that I ever did that. So I realised that wasn't for me, and then I went and did podiatry. So that was a 3-year course at Sydney Technical College down near Ultimo. Came home, worked in Tamworth for community health as well as for Tamworth Podiatry Centre. Saw there was a real need in Gunnedah, there was no podiatrist here, and set up here, I think it was about 1991. So that brought me to Gunnedah.
Yep.
Yeah, so I had the business, I think it would have been, well, I worked as a podiatrist for 27 years. So I had the business for probably about 25 and then sold to Alyssa, who's a fabulous podiatrist, and so she's taken it over and she's still going.
And no doubt that leads into the next question as to how Crawford Boots came about.
Yeah, Crawford Boots came about basically just working as a podiatrist and seeing, I had a lot of patients who were underground miners, and I couldn't believe they still wore gumboots. To me, it's like wearing, the Dunlop Volley. If you think of the evolution in terms of joggers, nobody would run a marathon in a pair of Dunlop Volleys. So there'd been no sort of innovation with gumboots, and these guys and girls were working and walking in really uneven, tough conditions for 12 hours in boots that slopped around. So there was lots of safety issues, and I would initially put them in leather boots, and they'd come back and say, because they're not waterproof, there's issues and they disintegrate. So that made me think, gosh, how do I make a boot fit like a leather boot, but it's still waterproof like a gum boot?
And you were giving us a bit of a demonstration there earlier as to how they work. And I said to you, it's such a simple idea, but generally the best ideas are simple. So.
Well, I think, they're probably applicable to all industries, but at the moment my target has been the underground mining because that's where I really saw the need.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been working on. So we're getting there. We're getting the boots in a lot of the mines. So we're getting some really good runs on the board. So the next step will be looking at construction and a few other industries. So
I guess too they're a pretty proactive industry in safety and anything that benefits their teams.
Well, I think that's it. It's about the safety. They value their workforce, and it's about getting that better outcome. I mean, injuries that occur are so expensive, and the impact it has on that person's life. If they can change that, why wouldn't you?
And a little bit of a question without notice, but I did not have taken note that you've received quite a few awards recently too for the business, which I'm hopefully happy to discuss.
Well deserved.
Yeah.
Oh, where are they? I can't see them.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I was fortunate enough to be a finalist in the Business Awards, New South Wales Business Awards for our area last year, and I was in 3 categories, and I won the 3 categories.
Wow.
Congratulations.
So it was huge surprise, very humbling because there are so many amazing businesses in this area. So
a new question we've added that we think it's a good one. If you had a magic wand, what would you like to achieve in the next 12 months? So if you could picture where you want things to go, business, whatever, what would you like to see happen?
I would like to see Crawford Boots being manufactured in Australia.
So at what stage are you pen? Obviously the design and all that's here locally, and then at what stage do you hand it over? Is it literally production point, and then it gets shipped back?
Yep, so basically the whole design, all that phase, the patent, etc., was all done in Australia, and used Australian contractors, whereas manufacturing has to be done overseas. I have 3 factories I use overseas, so I'm managing 3 supply chains, which in the last 12 months has been extremely difficult. Everybody manufactures overseas because of the workers, the capabilities. We don't have that here, and it's a shame because it does seem cheap, but when you consider the amount of time you spend doing it remotely, especially with overseas factories, I would visit my factory 2 or 3 times a year. Haven't been able to do that. It's all being done remotely via Skype, and there's a lot of language barriers.
And I'd imagine supply would be a bit of a nightmare
supply, well, gosh, my boots have gone, I think, around the world on the boat. They went on the boat and they've gone back to Malaysia and they've come back again. So they're now should be landing at Port Botany in the next week or so.
One of our favourite questions is what advice would you give the 20-year-old Penny Crawford, or Penny Cook you would have been?
Yeah. When I saw this question, I thought, I don't know. And I don't. I think business-wise, I don't have any regrets. The one thing I probably would do is stop and breathe.
Yes.
There's a time to push and there's a time to stop and breathe. And I think with my kids especially, I probably didn't do that enough.
Yeah.
And you would be the same. You would be the same. You're busy. They grow up so quickly. People say, they grow so quickly, and you just think, oh my God, when? But once they have, it's gone.
Yeah.
So that, I think, if I had my time, or, I was 20 years old because I was married at 24 and had my first babe at 27, I really should have probably just gone, okay, if I'm going to spend the day playing, just do that.
That's okay.
It's okay. Leave the washing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Play.
You don't have to go, you don't have to be, I don't know, I sort of felt like I had something to prove. I don't know.
I think that sort of drive, though, is probably what gets you to the level you've got to with your business as well. So it's hard. There's always a trade-off.
And there's always, and the people say you can have it all. I don't think you can.
No.
I really don't think you can. I think there are things that you should sacrifice.
Yes.
And that's everyone's own choice what they choose to. But I think when you try and have it all, something will suffer.
Something falls in a heap.
Yeah, and I suppose your kids see that as a role model too. That's the other side of it.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm sure you are. Yeah, absolutely.
And just on relaxing and taking time to stop and breathe, how do you relax with holidays, sports, or we did used to ask Netflix series, anything like that you might give us some downtime? How do you actually wind down and relax?
Well, when going away,
Yeah.
to the beach, that to me is my idea of heaven. I do read a lot, and once I start reading, I sort of don't come out of my book. So that's something I do.
Particular genre?
I sort of like everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a little bit of everything. I go to the library a lot.
Do you? Okay.
Borrow a lot of books from the library. And then, you read the first 5 pages, you think I don't like it, that's good.
Yeah.
So I quite like going with series. There's lots of different sort of authors I like, and got lots of friends who read, so we share.
Do you have a book club?
No, I've never really been in a book club. I don't quite know why. Maybe because I don't know whether I like to analyse.
Yeah, sometimes it's a bit punishing. You just wanted to actually enjoy
I just like reading the book. Yeah, I don't really want to.
I find they turn into wine clubs more than book clubs.
Exactly. I probably don't need encouragement with that. But I also have taken up golf.
Oh, okay. What are you playing off?
I think I'm slightly obsessed.
Yeah.
Nothing very good.
Oh, that's all right.
No, 30.
Okay.
So 2 friends who had normally been visiting Sydney with their kids during COVID couldn't do that, so the 3 of us used to go and play golf on a Friday morning, and we've all become slightly obsessed.
That's good.
It
is a great game.
You sort of escape a little bit, I think, when you're out. Even in the middle of Gunnerbale Golf Course, you still
it
feel
is,
like
and it's gorgeous.
Penny, we just ask people to feel free to put us on the spot if you'd like, and if there's a question that you have for Luke or for myself or both.
I did think about this as well. I think congratulations is in order, because I think it's quite a unique concept, and having valuing and real estate, which is simple, goes together, but it's very unique. You don't see a lot of places like that. And I was going to ask one question. I thought, no, don't ask that one.
We can edit that. So it's
only because how I was going to say, are you thinking of doing this model elsewhere? But it's sort of like, when you have a baby and they go, when are you going to have your next? Instead of enjoying the moment, you're always sort of going on that next one. But what I want to know is where's the next big thing, real estate wise? Where's it going to boom?
In terms of
town.
Oh.
Honestly, no,
Sorry,
everywhere
don't
is
have a
crazy
crystal
at the
ball.
moment, though.
Yeah.
Like
I just thought having the having a valuer involved in it as well, it's good, isn't it?
But this market, I mean, even at a gun at our level, is just unprecedented. Like it's just honestly, we are amazed at what's happening.
And also, you can value something, and whatever someone's willing to pay, maybe way above that.
Particularly at the moment, that's what we're finding. Yeah, it's a rising market, and look, it's you would think it would maybe toward the top of what that's going to achieve at the moment, but we thought that probably a month ago, and we're still seeing strong results. So, to answer your question, the sleepy little beachside town, I don't think that exists. I think everything's just. But I mean, if you're prepared to buy it and hold on to it for 10, 20 years, that's when you'll see your growth realistically.
It'll be interesting when interest rates.
Yeah, I think interest rates will certainly, you would assume, have to have a bit of a factor in terms of, demand. But it's no one saw it coming, though. No one saw it, COVID hit and everyone thought,
everything's
going to,
I
was thinking I might have to be an electrician again, but it went the other way.
Because when did you guys start?
We've only started last year.
Late last year.
Yeah.
So, our valuation business has been running for 9 years.
Yes, 9.
But look, we'll wrap it up there. We won't take any more of your time. Thank you very much for having us in your beautiful home, and congratulations on all the success you've had.
Thank you.
Very well done, and
we're keen to continue watching the journey.
Definitely.
Oh no, thank you for even bothering to do this, because it's nice to get that little bit of
you were
acknowledgement and recognition.
You're on the list.
You're on the short list from work, David.
Well, congratulations to you guys. Very happy for you. I think it's a really unique and it'll be a very successful concept, having the two businesses working together.
Thank you. Yeah. It's often done at a corporate level a lot.
Exactly.
So CBREs and but to have it at a sort of
and it makes sense.
Well, it does make sense.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, you're getting very informed property.
100%. Like you get someone saying, "What's your place worth?" Hello. Yeah.
That's right. Cheers, Penny.
Cheers.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh, you do need another beer. Thank you.
Okay.
Right.
Cheers.